Hey, everybody, looks like we're live. Can you hear me out there? Let me know if you could hear me. Go into chat. Luke, I see you out there, buddy. Tell me if you could hear me. Can y'all hear me? This is a last. Hola, T3HU. ¿Cómo estás? I just decided it's raining. I also have to do this on Chrome. I used to use Safari. They ain't letting me use Safari anymore. So let's see. It looks like we got a couple of people watching. Yeah, let me know if you could hear me. Luke, you still out there, Bubba? Anyway, it's raining. It's rained every day this week. I try to get out and get some work done, and then it just starts to rain. And so I've done all my computer work. I've done all my paperwork. I've cut up and froze mangoes and did all the stuff I could do inside. Edited all my videos. I got videos out planned, dropping for Wednesdays for the next couple of weeks. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I'll try and make a little mango jam. And I said, you know what? Let me go on live stream and maybe some of my subscribers could join. Make a little mango jam. You know, the video's a little grain. Greater good, you made some dehydrated jackfruit overnight. Yeah, well, jackfruits are huge, right? I mean, you look at here's a big old mango right here. Look, right? A jackfruit, it probably can be 10, 20 of these, right? I mean, yeah, you've got to have some way of either a big family or some way of storing the jackfruit. So I bet it tastes delicious. Yeah, you just finished mowing. I was out doing some work in my garden actually, and I this time of year because it keeps me cool. But when that's what gets. Why don't we dive in here and I'll start with this mango jam. So let me show you what I got, guys. I got these jelly jars or mason jars. Let me see if I can show you over here. So I had these things come, and I guess you got to sterilize them. I've never done this before. So here, that's my kitchen. Here I am. Here's the kitchen. Horrible lighting, horrible angle. Let's see if I can elevate this, put the computer up on a box or something. What do I got here? Maybe a milk. Yeah, here we go. One of these crates I use for the mangoes. Maybe we'll put this camera up a little higher. Yeah, that seems to be a little better. T3HU. Ay, amigo. Nice. Who else we got out here? Yeah, 20% chance of rain today for you. And it's from what you just said, it looks like it was 100% chance of rain, right? We can always improve our statistics if we go retroactive. So let's see what we got here. I got a couple of pots of boiling water. And looky here, I got all my mangoes ready to go. There's a ton of different varieties. When I'm out picking, if I pick a mango off a tree, every now and then it might have a little split in it. It might be a little dirty, something I don't want to send to a customer. They're not all pristine and beautiful like this guy here, you know. And so I take, what I call the rejects, or, guys like this, they're just a little too small for their particular variety to ship. I set them aside. Well, I have so many, it's time to try to make, I want to try to make some jam. I want to try to make, not today, but one of these days, I'm going to make some fruit leather. Let's see who else we got here now. Mad Farm, greetings. Met you at the mango tasting. Oh, I wonder, remind me who you are, Mad Farm. I know you don't want to give out probably your identity online, but refresh my memory of what we spoke about, or if you want to tell me your name, I'll probably remember you. But I'm glad you're here. We're making a little mango jam. So the first thing I'm doing is sterilizing the jelly jars. So here's what we got. I ordered a bunch of jelly jars. You'll see one is missing here. The reason one is missing is I make a hot mango salsa. I got some peppers out in the garden, and one of the coaches at my son's football, he asked me to make him some mango salsa. I said, how hot you want? He said, make it as hot as you want, Tommy. So I put a jalapeno, a habanero, and a chili in his little batch of mango salsa. Oh, my wife just got, oh, look at you. Look at this now. My wife just walked in the door. We're live, Noe, we're live.
Hey.
And she's loaded down with mangoes. Can you help me make some mango jam?
Yeah, let's go.
And if you didn't believe me, it was raining. She's soaking wet.
I'm wet.
Noe, we got one of the users speaks Spanish, so uno de ellos habla español. Tal vez que habla con él. So where was I? So anyway, I made the batch for one of the coaches. And one of the team moms, she had a daughter there, 14-year-old girl, but huge. She's like a volleyball player, case girl. She's huge. She said, I like hot stuff. And I was like, well, try some of this mango. She's like, it's not going to be hot enough. She took a bite and just stared me down. It didn't even cause a blip. Didn't even cause a sweat, nothing. She said, make it hotter for me. So the next day, the next morning, I took that batch, blended it up. I added 2 Scotch bonnets and a bunch of cayenne pepper, and I just put it in a little jar and sent it to her, which is why we're missing one jar. But no, what I'm doing is we have to sterilize these jars, because when we make the jelly, we're going to put the jelly in the jar. So what you got to do is open up the jar and put it in the boiling water over here. Yeah, and you got to put it so it's upright. So I don't even know how many of these we could fit in each of the pots, but maybe you could help me out here. Did you have something you were in the middle of doing?
No.
Oh, look, they send you a little marker so you could write on the can what's in there.
I just have to pick up the boy.
So let's do this. Let's not lose track of the tops too.
Really?
Well, it wouldn't make sense to sterilize. Anyone ever did this before? Do you have to sterilize the tops? I guess it wouldn't make sense to sterilize the jar and not sterilize the top. So I think what we'll do is once everything gets up to a boil, we'll just kind of dip these.
That makes sense.
You know? So yeah, let's get a bunch of these in there. Let me catch up on the chat. So Mad Farm, greetings. Met you at the mango tasting. You probably met Noe also. I'm trying to get them to say who they are. Hi, Christian. How you doing? And then we got MMHG. Don't Stop Shining. Ah, tú también hablas español. Bueno, un gusto. Dile lo que estamos haciendo. Pero entiendes inglés. You understand English too or no? Because we can translate for you.
Estamos haciendo mermelada.
Uh-huh. And then greater good, you said hit the like button. I guess you're telling other people, or do I don't see a like button here, but and then what do we got here? Greater good. Hey, San Francisco. Oh, greeting from San Francisco. Wow. Okay, fantastic, man. We're nationwide.
Yeah.
We're from one end of the one coast to the other.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So Don't Stop Shining also understands English, which we'll go back. Oh, look, my mom is here. No, that's my dad under my mom's name. I just planted a mango seed, which I know because my dad called me. I sent him a box of mangoes.
Hey.
He planted one of the seed. Oh, there's G. Remember the parachuter, the skydiver?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember him. He was pretty cool.
And then spreading ideas. Hey, the king of avocado is back. Yeah, this is the 3rd time I'm doing a live stream. I've never. I want to do these more, but I don't know. You know how it is. You say you're going to do something and you never do it. You know. Or maybe you guys are better about following through on your ideas than I am. But so yeah, if you could start opening these up, now we will get these things boiling, and then I'll start prepping the other ingredients.
Let's be organized here.
Okay, yeah. What else we got out there? Oh, gee, you had 2 mangoes. Do you happen to remember? Do you know the variety? I mean, I know I mark them when I ship the mangoes. I put them in a box with a little green paper, and I circle the varieties. Now, typically in the mango world, and if you came down here to South Florida, a lot of y'all, you'd find that what we do is we mark them with a Sharpie. So this is a Valencia Pride. So very often you'd see this VP, right? You'd see people marking them. This here is a Naomi. I'd mark it, Naomi, Naomi. And it would come, you know, with the variety written on it. But I get feedback from people. People don't like you writing on their food, which I understand. I thought it was a little weird at first, but it is a traditional thing to do in the tropical fruit community, is to write the varieties on the particular piece of fruit. Noe, would you keep these guys entertained? I'm going to go get that light and see if I can make things just a tad brighter in here. Okay. Tell them what you're doing.
Okay, I'm just organizing the stuff for him because he had like a little bit of a mess. So let me see. What are you guys doing and saying?
Really,
Wow, you're
dude?
getting a lot of people from everywhere.
Yeah,
This
really,
is
dude.
amazing.
He had a little bit of a mess.
Yeah.
Thank you, honey. Did you see that light, that real bright light I used?
No, honey,
I saw it somewhere.
I don't know. So let's see. I'm almost done with this.
No, you tell them where they could see you, where they could follow you on TV, especially the Spanish speakers.
Yeah, they can see me in Univision, News Cafe. I do a fitness segment about nutrition and exercise, and everything that keep you healthy and strong. Hold on one second. Let's see here. I think we're done. Well, I'm going to try to put this in there again, like the way that he had it. Yeah, but I think it's better if we use this. See? This is a little bit better. No.
Huh? Yeah, that works a lot better. It's probably safer too.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing about that light. It was just in my way this morning when I was cleaning something up. Whatever.
I don't.
You know what? These live streams are the opposite of a video. There's really no prep work. So who else we got out here? So Greater Good, you planted a Rosa and Rosy Gold seeds this morning. I know Rosy Gold, I'm going to be putting in a Rosy Gold tree. Doug, one of the subscribers of the channel. In fact, Doug was here yesterday. Doug dropped off a couple of Julies, and we are going to be using Doug's Scotch bonnet peppers in our recipe today. Doug also grows Rosy Gold, and he's going to bring me a grafted Rosy Gold so we could start eating mangoes early in the year, like April. So JP, you're eating your last Valencia Pride. Okay, fantastic. What did you think of it, JP? The Valencia Pride, JP is talking about this variety of mango. We grow a lot of these. It's very popular here in South Florida. It's a huge mango. It's a very pretty mango. Grows clean. You don't have to do a lot to keep it clean. It doesn't need a lot of spray and stuff like that. Yeah, and it's got a classic mango taste with like a citrus kick to it, which is really nice. So JP, I'd be curious your thoughts on the Valencia Pride. It's one of my favorite. Spreading ideas. Thank you for your well wishes. I appreciate that. Yeah, Gidrius. Yeah, the elongated one. Yeah, that's the Valencia. And my dad, who's under here as my mom, Janice Siddons, he just planted a Valencia Pride seed. So what else? Yeah, that's the Valencia. Matt R. Hola, Matt. ¿Cómo estás? Greater Good. Mango glaze for the ribs. Okay, that's a good idea. Hi, Tropique Mevecchi. And then, yeah, it looks like Greater Good and JP are bonding on the Valencia Pride. So
what's happening?
we'll put them in both pots. Now they gotta be covered. So start putting them in this pot too.
Okay.
And then we'll add a little water to it so that they're covered.
You want to do them all of them?
Whatever fits in the pot, because I don't know that we have enough ingredients to fill up all those jars.
Okay.
So here I'm going to put a little.
Feels like this is going to be great. Yeah.
What do you mean? No, you're supposed to boil them. They're meant to be boiled.
Okay.
Yeah, they're meant to be boiled like that. Let me add some water to it.
More water.
Yeah, no. That's how these jars are meant to be.
Got it.
And then they seal when you put everything in them hot and you close it up.
Perfect.
I don't know. I will have to see how to close them. I really don't know, actually. Yeah. Plus, I didn't know you were going to be back so soon, Noe. I was lonely, so I thought I would stream with it.
But I mean, I got to pick up them pretty soon because it's raining everywhere.
Pick up the boys at football?
Pick up the boys at football. I left my son and his friend at a football workout, and it was raining so bad. And I said to my son, "You want me to stay?" He said, "No, Mom, you should go." But he's going to get wet. So I might be getting a phone call like in a few minutes to go and get him. Yeah.
All right. Next, okay, so we got our canning jars
Oh my God.
sterilizing. What?
It's looking good.
Yeah. So that's going to take about an hour, which we won't put you through all that. Yeah, I'm going to make a spicy jam. Who said that? Mateo. Yeah, I've got some. I'm going to make two. I'm going to make one non-spicy. And then I've got these Scotch bonnet peppers that we're going to grind up. And maybe, well, I'll see how much I wind up with here.
I'm excited about this.
Yeah. All right, so let's see. Now we need some sugar, 3 cups of sugar.
Okay.
What the hell happened to all our sugar? So there's one. My kid has sleepovers.
Yeah, probably last night.
They're teenagers. They put sugar on everything, these kids. Plus, I could tell. They're the ones that like got at this bag. It looks like little rats were foraging or something at it. But every recipe these kids make, they use sugar. They get their recipes off of TikTok. Okay, so that's number 1. And yeah, if any of you have a better, well, I'm sure a lot of you do have your preferred alternative to sugar. So that's 2. And then this one, I'm not going to do the full 3. I'm going to go a little less, and that's because our mangoes are really
sweet.
Yeah, they're really sweet right now.
They're really sweet.
Yeah. And so, and I don't want to step on their flavor, but here we go. There's about 3 cups of sugar.
Okay.
And I need to make a simple sauce now. So I need to boil that down with water. So let's move to doing that now.
Okay, we're done here, so we gotta just let them boil, okay?
So Tom, or Janice Siddons, my dad, he took a dozen mangoes to Williamsburg, Virginia last week. They were a big hit. Yeah, growing up in northeastern Pennsylvania, everyone called Italian peppers mangoes. Yeah, bell peppers. In fact, I think even now, if you go into the supermarket up where my dad lives, a bell pepper will be labeled as a mango. Yeah, but we call these mangoes around these parts. Okay, so now I need 4 pounds
of what?
Of mango. So let me get a little bowl. Set that sugar aside.
Okay.
Set that sugar aside, sugar.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now I need 4 pounds of mango. And what I want to do is I want to go like from our softest ones. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I want to use the softer, sweeter ones because the longer these have been sitting out, the longer they've been kind of ripening on the tree, the sweeter they are. So here's a Hayden. Let's see, that guy there. I got to zero out my scale here. All right, so there's our first pound. This Hayden, that weighs 1 pound. Okay, so we're going to set this one aside. Now see if you can find me some really soft ones. This little guy here, this little Zill, which is nice and sweet. I'm not even going to weigh it. It's negligible.
I think this is stuff.
Yeah, that's a Balliot. You got off the Balliot tree. So that is just shy of 2 pounds. So between the 3 of them with this little guy, these are about 2 pounds now. Then what else we got? Look around. Any of those other ones you just got very soft or no?
No.
Okay.
I mean, no. What do you think?
No, I got plenty of soft ones here. Okay, so
I love the taste of the baguette.
Okay, so here is a Valencia Pride. And as you see, that one started to split on the tree. So what I'm going to do is remove the split part. And this is one of the ones I wouldn't put in a box to any of my customers ever, but we eat them here. Yeah, I'm just going to use half of this guy.
Yeah.
I'm just going to use the half that wasn't split. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not going to use this guy.
No, don't use it. I don't like them.
So let's find another soft one. Here we go. Here's a nice soft one. Mm-hmm. So he weighs 2 pounds. So that gives us right here 4 pounds of mango. But I'm not going to use the seeds. And I'm not going to use the skin.
5 pounds then.
So we probably want to put about 5.5 or so.
Yeah, 5 pounds.
Yeah. So what else we got here? What do you want to put in there, Noe? We have a Kent.
Something sweet.
I know what you don't want is the seedling tree from
Ugh,
our backyard, right?
no.
Yeah, you definitely don't want that.
Put something sweet.
Okay. Well, you know what? I would put this Naomi, but I want to eat that separate. I don't want to use that
No, you don't want
in
to do
jam.
that.
How about this? We'll use this Tommy. We'll put this Tommy in there.
Okay.
So we're going to use a
So
Hayden.
good.
We're going to use a Hayden, a Tommy, a Valencia Pride, ooh, a teeny tiny little Zill. And this is called a Balliet. A lot of you might not know what that is because it's our house variety. We grew this here from seed ourselves and have been kind of testing it and watching the way it grows. And it consistently produces a good crop. They're nice, big, high quality mangoes. They have a really good taste. People love them. So, and I took them around to different nurseries and people to see if it resembled anything. And no one could identify it. And so we named it the Balliet. And this is our house variety.
We love it.
And so here is how I...
How do you cut in this?
Well, I don't. For a recipe like this, I just smush them. Yeah, so here, let me just set aside the ones we're going to use.
So you don't cook them like the whole
We're going to cook them. We're going to cook them separate. In fact, you know what?
You don't cook it with the seed, no? Because I heard that people cook the whole thing together.
Yeah, but I'm not doing it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know what? I probably should have started the sugar water going. Okay, so I also need about 1.5 cups of water to go with that sugar. So we're not even making we're making like a glaze. We're not even.
Oh.
What's this pot? I like it. Did you get this?
A long time ago, yeah.
Oh, okay. So there we go. We got to get that boiling. We got our, okay. We have our jars boiling.
Mm-hmm.
We got our water boiling. Then we're going to slowly add the sugar and bring that to a boil. And then, Noe, can you aim? Yeah, just go ahead
Like
and
that?
just aim it a little bit. Yeah, I guess. When I say I'm elbow deep in mangoes, I mean, I literally have mangoes in my way. Like mangoes are in our way, right? No, leave it where it was. It's cool. We don't have to go too far with it. Here we go.
No,
Yeah, put it where it was.
yeah, it doesn't work.
So I'm going to use this cutting board, which was given to us by a subscriber. He actually gave us 2. And then I'll just show you here. So all I'm going to do is take the mango. I'm just going to, I'm just going to cut it in half. And this mango is pretty far gone. We wouldn't eat this. This is almost like puree as it is, which is very good to use in a jelly. Okay. So then all you have to do, and this is why I'm glad you're here, all I do is squeeze it out like that. Look at how nice and easy that comes out.
I see that.
Look at that.
You know, I can get more mangoes like that.
I know.
The Balliet tree, it has soft mangoes that are left. You want me to go get them?
Well, yeah, if we make more, because I want to kind of make this mix flavor and see how it is, you know?
Okay. Because there's Balliets like that in the floor.
No, I don't want to take them off the ground. No. Can you put the camera back up?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, or actually, leave it there.
That looks really messy.
Yeah, it is. And then I just take the half, and I just squeeze the mango out of it, like so.
So you can clean yourself, okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So just like that. Okay, you can put the camera back up now.
Okay.
Well, actually, can you do me a favor and get an exact replica of this wooden bowl under the sink? Okay, so there's one. Working with mangoes is messy business. Let's see who else is on here. Christian, remember doing the same, especially in coffee. Can't even have milk in it these days. Gee, your parents used to can a lot. What kind of vegetables and stuff would they can? Video for geeks. You're new to my channel and enjoying the videos. What's my background? Where did we meet? And then Kim loves mango jam, and she's making some today too. Well, Kim, share with us your recipe, because I found a few recipes where you needed fruit pectin, and I couldn't find any, so I ordered it, but I didn't get to the UPS store in time to get it. So I just want to weigh how much. Oh, it's about 1/4 pound. So the bowl is going to be 1/4 pound. So I just want to make sure we still have 5 pounds of mango when we're done here. So, Noe,
what do you need?
Video for Geeks wants to know he wants to know our background and how we met. I mean, my background is I have a degree in computer science. I was in the like tech world, you know what I mean? I was a programmer and then worked my way up through the ranks in that company as a, you know, installation engineer, and then eventually to a sales and then a vice president of sales for the Southeast. And I ran about $160 million sales territory. No, can you just tilt this camera up just a tad, Donna?
Sure.
For about $160 million a year sales territory.
Up or down?
That's fine. That's good like that.
Okay.
That was a little bit more, so my head's like in the whole picture.
Okay.
And that was 22 years of my life, and that started in 1993. Okay. And then in 2000, check on that boiling water back there. And then in 2000, survived the tech crash. Saw a ton of people get laid off. And 2000, it's boiling?
Yeah. All
right. Slowly add this sugar. And kind of stir it in with a wooden spoon.
Got it.
Yeah. I'm going to reduce the heat. Yeah. And that's going to make more like a gel. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I saw people get laid off in the tech crash. I saw people get laid off in the credit crash of 2008. And they were always surprised. They're always like, I can't believe I lost my job. And I'm like, well, where the hell you been, man? People been losing their jobs left and right for the last 20 years, you know? I mean, how many times have you helped someone, carried their little box for them while they emptied out their cubicle and they're crying on your shoulder on the walk to the car? I mean, I don't know what it is that made these people feel that they were safe and that they were going to have their jobs forever. Yeah, go ahead, start stirring. Yeah. And so I said, I better come up with a plan to kind of hedge my bets, a plan B. And I started thinking, well, if I could find, some way to combine like where I live with how I make money, that would be really good because, I could maybe buy a piece of property and live there and maybe have some apartments or some cottages or something on it and charge people rent or what have you. And then I became aware of this idea of small farming, that you can go out and get a small farm and live on it. And if you work it right, you could at least meet your monthly living expenses, at least hit your mortgage, your insurance, your taxes, that sort of thing. And so that's when we got the idea to look into getting a farm. And then the reason we chose avocados is, you could farm a lot of things. There's a lot of agriculture. You can do aquaculture, right? You could raise fish. You could raise livestock. You could have chickens. You could have turkeys. You could have cows. You could have pigs, all that kind of stuff. A lot of that requires a lot of specialized equipment, a lot of specialized knowledge. You all right back there?
Yeah.
And so then we started leaning towards more like fruits and vegetables. I could have got a nursery, like an ornamental plants, orchids, things like that, landscaping stuff. So we looked into a lot of different things. And then we started narrowing it down to a fruit farm of some sort, a tree farm of some sort. And then even within tree farms, though, there's a lot of variety you can do. You can do mangoes, lychees, longans, avocados, all kinds of specialty stuff, star fruit, caimitos, sapodilla, all kinds of soursop, different things like that. And the reason I landed on avocados is avocados tend to be a very steady type of crop. They produce every year. Your trees are predictable. The price doesn't fluctuate all that much, where with, like, say, lychees, you might go 2 years without a crop. And then that third year, you might make 5 years worth of money. But then you might go 2 more years without a crop. And then that third year, you only make a year's worth of money. So it's, high risk, high reward. Whereas the avocados were a little more steady. If you're an investor, avocados would be more akin to like buying bonds rather than buying equities. All right, let's see how much mango I have so far.
So are we putting the mango now here?
Yeah, we're going to add that soon. So, okay, I'm at 2 pounds.
Oh, this is looking good.
Okay.
Should I turn the binder needle down? Like
you could turn it down. Yeah, the volume.
The flame.
So anyway, that's what led us to buying an avocado farm, and I knew pretty much every email I got could be the email that it was my turn to get laid off, you know, and I prepared for that and started kind of rehabbing this farm and working it to what it is today, and setting money aside and developing a customer base, developing a brand, doing some marketing, that kind of stuff. And then that email did come that I was laid off. It says optional. And I'm sure others of you have gotten that email, you know, a voluntary separation package or different things like that they call it. But I've been around long enough to know that all that really means is like, this is our first time telling you we don't want you around here anymore. We're being nice about it. And we're going to pay you to leave. And they don't do that because they're nice. They do it because they want you to sign for that nice little gift they're going to give you, that nice little severance, and tell them you're not going to sue them and you're not going to seek anything from them going forward. And if you say no, all right, you still have your job. And then 6 months later, when they want to get rid of you, they just up and get rid of you. Then when you try to push back and say, well, that's not fair, they say, well, dummy, 6 months ago, we gave you the option. And you say, well, I'm going to sue. And they say, all right, well, we'll show the judge the offer we gave you 6 months ago that you turned down. We gave you a chance. I've seen that play out many, many times over the 2.5 decades I spent in the corporate world. And so I knew it was time to take the package. But something else, there was something almost poetic about the way I got that email, which was I was on vacation. I was at a music fest, like a hippie music fest. And please don't judge me, but I like that kind of music. And I'm sitting there on the beach. This was on the beach. And I have the waves lapping at the shoreline behind me. I'm sitting like with a dune to my back, and I'm watching one of my favorite bands, my wife's favorite band, by the way.
Yeah.
Warm up to play a concert. And I shouldn't have even, this was I think I still had a BlackBerry at the time, and I shouldn't have even took it with me. But at my job level, you had to have your phone and your BlackBerry, your phone. Yeah, I guess they upgraded us to like iPhone 7s or something at the time. Whatever it was, you had to have your phone and email access 24/7 with the job I had. An email comes across, and I saw who it was from, and I opened it up, and there it was. It was the notification about the voluntary separation package. And I'm thinking, you know, here I am trying to have vacation. I'm trying to enjoy myself. And now I got this stressful thing to deal with, because not only am I going to have to deal with that, but I'm going to have to deal with all my employees who got, you know, the ones who qualified and got the same email. And I'm not going to be able to have my vacation now. Let me just go wash my hands.
I'm ready for the mango when you're ready.
All right. And that's how my whole career was. My whole career. I mean, right now, I mean, wherever we were. My dad's on this stream now. He'll tell you, he's been on road trips with me. On a Sunday night, I'd get a call from Germany. I'd be like, sorry, guys, I have to pull into this truck stop. You guys can go to the bathroom, do what you got to do. But I have to be on the phone for the next hour, 45 minutes, 2 hours, however long they wanted me. But I was always willing to trade that. Yeah, see, after all the seed and stuff like that, that 5 pounds was only actually 3 pounds. Oh, no, wait. I forgot to add the Tommy. So it'll probably be like 3.5 pounds. So there's a fair amount of weight in the seeds and skin of these mangoes. So anyway, I was like, you know what? Maybe this is a sign. Maybe it's time to bow out, you know. And the package was actually really good. And I had already bought the farm here and had already established a little side business. And so I accepted their offer, you know, and I took their little package and left. So that was a long answer, but whatever. This is a live stream. There's no editing involved. And I think the person also asked where we met. So when I was doing all that traveling and in that corporate world, I just lived in a little townhouse, and I would leave on Sunday night, and I'd get back on Friday evening. And there was a little cafeteria around the street from my house. There was no point as a single dude having like a fridge and cooking at home. So I would just go to a restaurant and eat all my meals when I was in town in Miami. And she was my waitress one time. And that's how we met.
That's how we met.
Yeah. So that was a long answer.
That was a long answer.
Yeah. Noe, can you help me scroll here and see what the next question was?
Sure.
But I hope it was a long answer, but it was an honest answer. And If you would like any clarification, I'm happy to give it to you because we're just chilling anyway. Let me see. Go up to where the person said, "What's your background?" I think you're able to like play music. I need to look into these streams. We need to do them more often. Let me just. Cooking with mangoes and running a laptop is not something you should really do together. So we get up to where the heck we were here. Okay.
Should I put the mango in and start cooking it?
Weigh it first. Hey, Hira. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Hey, Hira, I mean, I feel like I know you. You comment on the videos all the time. I'm glad you're here. Greater good. Many mango avocados dropped their flowers this season. Can you confirm? Well, yeah, I mean, the early season is horrible.
Almost.
We're almost at 5 pounds. Or what did I want? 4 pounds? Or
4
I wanted 4
pounds.
pounds.
4 pounds.
Okay, yeah. The early mango season has been way far behind. And by earlies, I'm talking Donnie. The Simmonses are probably in better shape. They're just starting to come out. You know what? I'll add this little Kent to that. This guy's soft.
Yeah.
The Simmons are just starting to pick now. Nope, it's not good.
Oh, no, that's.
I mean, it'll be good for us to eat, but I'm not adding that to the
What
jam.
about this one?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Let me check.
And so, G, it's been a little bit of a tough year for the mango crop, or for the avocado crop. Not only have the Donnies been a little bit behind, but they are also kind of small, and people are telling me they're kind of watery. And as a result, I have chosen not to ship Donnie. So my customers who pre-ordered mangoes for June delivery, I had to send a broadcast email out to everybody saying I won't be shipping them because
I think we're good, huh?
check it out.
It feels like
Because they're yucky.
No.
Little light, right?
Little light,
I'll add one more Valencia. They're not real good this year. And so, yeah, the crop's been small. Now, that said, the late crop, which lucky for us is what we have. So the Monroes and Choquettes are actually producing like normal. And Monroes are like that. Monroes never have a bad year. I mean, Monroes are just insane. And so my trees are as good as ever. You know, so my late crop is going to be in. I didn't even bother with Donnies this year because everybody would be returning them. I would never. Plus, I just don't have it in me, my conscience. I couldn't send out like knowingly bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Avocados that was too early to pick. And I'm seeing them at the farmers markets and the little corner fruit stands and stuff, and they're tiny. So yeah, I think a lot of fruit drop. Okay, so that's 4 pounds. Okay, so hold on.
4 pounds.
Let's see here. Oh wait, that shouldn't be still boiling. Oh yeah, that's nice.
That's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we throw the whole thing in.
Okay. Little by little.
Hold on. Let me see. Let me look at the recipe.
Okay. Let me know.
So let me look here.
Oh, this is going to be great then.
Yeah, just add it in and then we'll cook it for a little while. Keep it boiling.
Okay.
Yep, add it in and boil it. Here, we'll actually get a picture of that. I hope that pot might not be big enough. What do you think?
I think we're good.
All right, go ahead. Put it in.
Okay. So let's do it like this, no?
Pour it in there. No, I just pour it in.
Okay.
Just grow a pair.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, now stir it up. Stir it up good.
Yeah, but we gotta just wait.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little faster and rougher, I think.
Yeah, this is going to take time.
You know, and it's been about an hour since I ate a mango, so let me just have a slice of this
Give me some.
leftover Valencia.
What are you cutting?
A Valencia.
Give me a piece.
I will. We just discovered a mango in this mango pile. I don't even know what the variety was. And it was so damn good. Oh. Was it good? Wow. Holy crap.
Dude.
Gee, I'm coming. I'm coming. I hope the Valencia you had is as good as the one I'm eating right now because this thing is absolutely delicious. There you go. Yeah. So, gee, what I told my customers was I'm not shipping until after. I'm not touching the Donnies this year. I'm going straight to Simmons, which are one of my favorite varieties anyway. And I love when I send people Simmons because I know how good they taste. And they're a little bit surprising because as an avocado, most people are used to the flavor of a Hass, which is a very high oil content, mushy kind of an avocado. Whereas the Simmons has a more firm flesh and it has like a nutty flavor. Someone described it as like, it sort of reminded them of a Brazil nut to me recently. And I said, you know, that's funny because I typically describe it as reminding me of a cashew nut. So here, yeah, tell me some more about you, man. I see you on the channel all the time. Oh, that's Greater Good telling me that, not Gidrius. Yeah. It was a bad, and yeah, you're right. Like right now, the Greater Good, the Florida avocado crop, the price is actually high. And the quality's a little low, like I say, on that early fruit. But once we get into the mid seasons, that's a whole different thing, and we'll be fine, which is about 2 weeks from now. Video for Geeks. You're in Tampa. You'll be in your area in November to get some fruit trees and taste testing. Yeah. Now, if you're going to taste test in November, that's going to be avocado. There won't be any mango left, and probably not a huge variety of our typical tropical fruit. Like right now, June, July into August is when it's just, you know, just crazy with tropical fruit, you know, even April through, you know, with sapodilla, mamey, star apple,
It's the best.
yeah, sugar apples, I said sapodilla, of course, mangoes, and just, you know, star fruit, like all the fruit that's out there. But toward the end of the year, there's some decent avocado variety because you still have your mid seasons on the tree and the late seasons are just coming in.
Question: for how long are we cooking this?
Oh, look at just till it like you'll know, like till it's cooked.
Okay.
But it said boil it for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. But you'll know when it's cooked.
It's changing the colors.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yep. So it looks like, gee, you had the same thing up there with like the northern fruits, peaches and apples and stuff like that. You know, and that happens because we've had mango crops. I mean, you see everywhere. And it's a great time of year down here when that happens. And then the whole smells like mango flowers. And it's just amazing.
And then lemon beans. Okay.
Is it boiling?
No, not yet.
No. Oh yeah, put the flame up to make it boil. Yeah.
Yeah,
You can put it even on high.
Okay.
Yeah, put the volume up. So anyway, we've had years where you get so many flowers and so many little mangoes, like the tip of your pinky pop. And you think, wow, it's going to be a great year, which is what happened this year. Fortunately, this year they didn't fall. Other years we might get a storm in February. You know, you might get a windstorm and then they all go down and you just have an average year or a below average year. But this year for mangoes was just insane. I mean, everybody's trees just freaked out.
Yeah.
And then I got this one misbehaving tree. I got to go out and do a video about it. Last year, he flowered around Thanksgiving. He flowered again around New Year's. He flowered again in February. He flowered again in May. He flowered in August, right? This year, flowered and fruited along with everything else. All the fruit dropped. I just went back to that part of the grove the other day. Mm-hmm. Do you know? He flowered again.
No way.
And has little mangoes growing.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's the most in our grove. So anyway, yeah, lethal design, no judgment to hippie music. Yeah, I can handle the music. It's sometimes the other people that are there watching it bother me a little bit. Hey Sharon, thank you for the compliment on the answers. Luke, very entertaining answer. Yeah, Luke, you'll be telling a story similar to that someday, but your story will be about how you developed a passion for tropical fruit and went around visiting farms yourself. And, you know, that's where your fruit empire started. I mean, I've even gone to some nurseries you visited and you made an impression on people. People remembered you. They were very impressed with a young guy like yourself and not only your passion, but your amount of knowledge. And I'm talking to Luke, the kid that came with his family.
Yeah.
You know, and every tree we went to, and then we even went to trees that I like stumped. There was very little identifying characteristics, and he knew like what was what.
It was amazing.
Yeah. Plus, he brought us some Really good mango, and his mom brought us a key lime pie, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's where the key lime pie came from. So, Luke, you're having a mango tasting 4th of July party with friends and fireworks. We're invited. Oh, you're using our mangoes. That's awesome. And thank you for the invitation. But we got our own stuff going on down here. But I'd love to come up and see you sometime. Greater, you're eating the last of your Hayden. Yeah, it's about probably, yeah, it's even maybe a little past Hayden time, you know. But yeah, I still have well, I just cut one up. Let's see here. Oh, that might have been my last Hayden. Oh.
What?
Yeah, I don't
Are
have
you
any more.
serious?
Yeah, and I know we're done with the trees. Whatever. So here we go. KSHITIJ. I guess I don't know how to pronounce that. And the only way that comes to mind would probably be offensive, so I won't say it. Kesh Tiji. I love watching and learning about the farm, but I enjoy your advice regarding life the most, whether it's about schoolwork or being curious. He loves my attitude, and he had to say it live. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
That's so beautiful.
And Richard C., don't forget the love. You know what? You're right. We gotta put a little love into this recipe, dog. There you go. Let me go check on them. No, read me a comment if you can see that.
Yeah,
We're old.
great. Yeah, great, good. Sunflower mango tree.
Yeah.
It is.
It's more like manic. It never rests. It's just manic. Flower fruit, you know?
You guys are so sweet. How is it doing? Do you see how it's changing the color?
Oh, I love it. I love it. It still has to come to a boil, though. I'm going to crank the heat.
I did. I mean,
no, I'm cranking it all the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I did. Okay.
No.
Okay. I think we're good.
Yep. Now, what I need to do is
No way.
I want Google if you have to sanitize these caps too.
I think you might need to.
I'll do that on my phone. Unless anybody here knows, when you're using these mason jars, do you have to also sanitize the caps?
Let us know if you find out before us.
Yeah.
Please.
Come on, why is this doing this, man? Our internet runs really slow out here on the farm too.
How about this? Whoever tells us first, we'll send them a sticker. If we find out, if you guys, we'll send you a sticker.
Do you have to sterilize the tops of jelly jars? I mean, it makes sense that you would.
Yeah. Wayne said yes.
Since 1970, you haven't needed to sterilize the lids. You can just use room temperature, but it is still recommended that you heat the jars. Since 1970.
Sharon said yes, put the lips and rings in boiling water.
Okay, well, we're doing that then. Yeah, that's
okay. We're
plus what I just read is like this was the advice from like a canning system where you had actual like a sterilizer, like a machine. We don't have that. We're old school here, so. All right.
Frosty. Hey, Frosty.
Oh, it's Frosty there?
Yeah. Who is Frosty?
Who's Frosty?
Mm.
What are you talking about?
Lone Wolf. Frosty Lone Wolf.
Yeah, Frosty's my man. He is. He's the most commenter of the whole.
Oh, a kiss to Frosty.
Yeah, Frosty's awesome, man.
Okay, so you gotta give Sharon a sticker.
Okay, Sharon.
Okay, Sharon, we're sending you a sticker. You gotta send the information. Okay.
Sharon, my contact info is in the About section of the on the channel page. So go there and either send me an email or a text.
And we'll send you a sticker.
Yeah, we'll send you a sticker.
Thank you for the help.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Where's my Frosty? How's he doing? Hey. And then we got JJ. Was good, Sleepy Lizard Farm. Well, we're hoping this mango jelly, this mango jam is good.
It's boiling.
Yeah, so now we need to just boil it for, look at it. Oh.
It has a nice color. You
Nice.
show them.
All right, okay.
Show them the
We'll
color.
show you the mango jam is boiling here. So now we can just reduce the heat. So we're just going to turn that heat down and
put the heat to medium.
it's 334.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just
5
gonna,
minutes?
yeah, till
Okay.
3:39.
Okay.
And then we got our stuff sterilizing, which you could leave in the water for an hour after you boil it. So those both boiled. Sharon, you're welcome. LA Rod also says sanitize the caps. Yeah, I mean, it logically makes sense. Why? What, you know, it's how would you? Yeah, it wouldn't make sense to not sterilize everything that's going to be in that jar. But you never know, though. You should always check. You know what I mean? When you're doing something for the first time, which is, I think, another thing I try to sort of encourage or promote on this channel is to not be afraid to do stuff for the first time. You know, like I've never made jam before. I've never used these jars. I've never sterilized these things. I mean, I get the idea, right? Like with canning, you could put the stuff in there, seal it. There's no bacteria. I guess you wouldn't even have to refrigerate it, right? You could just keep it on shelves and go down into your little canning cellar, you know, when there's 4 feet of snow outside and eat like whatever,
okay.
you know. But
I like the picture.
Yeah, and so yeah, it would have to be, if there was bacteria in there,
It makes sense.
whatever you can would be cheese or something by the time you got to it. So yeah, so let's see here. We're coming up on a couple minutes. Let me entertain them, Noe. Let me get a sip of my coffee here.
You're gonna get a sip of your coffee? Were you getting a little sleepy?
No, I just like to have a coffee.
Yeah.
That didn't even hurt. Well, put a little bit of a dent in our indoor mango pile. Yeah, but we got thousands of pounds that we can't even sell. They're too far gone they're too far gone to ship. So
tell them about the juice that you make. He makes this juice.
I might have some. Let me see. I've been making a mango passion fruit juice.
Oh my God, it's amazing. I love it in the morning. And you know what I did? You're not going to believe what I did.
Yeah.
I mixed that with a lemonade.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Really?
It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was so good.
So this, there's well, I guess if I put it in a glass, it would be better.
Yeah, you can show them.
Oh, now we're talking.
Oh, you show them. I'll do that. I got it.
Don't walk away from the camera.
Wow, I love the color. You like really like orange.
Mm-hmm.
No, it was yellow. Now it's turning have this beautiful orange color.
Yeah.
Then what's the next step after the 5 minutes?
You know, I should have looked.
Well, you don't know.
No, I feel like you need to let it sit or something. I don't know though. Okay, so here.
Yeah.
Here's our mango passion fruit. So what I do with this is similarly when we have mangoes that's going, you know, a little too far, I go out in the yard where our passion fruit vine is. And if you see them black specks, that is ground up passion fruit.
Mm-hmm. And it tastes so good.
So I just go out and pick a bunch of them. It's like we just let them drop. Some of them are 30 feet high. The vine went way up into our bamboo. So we let the passion fruit drop and we go out and take as much as we can and just, you know, mix it in with the juice here.
It's so good. So good.
Holy crap, is that good? Wow.
Mm.
You know, that's like 3 days old and it's actually better.
It's better. It's like sweeter. I think
Yeah.
you fermented it in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Now let me go to that page and see what I'm supposed to do after it's cooked. Let's see here. History.
Yeah. Oh my God, the color is so beautiful.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, I'm just checking here. So you boil it, you add it all together, and then you
And then what?
boil until it thickens. Oh, and then you pour it right in the jars.
Just like that?
Yeah.
Hot like that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So, but what I need to do first, though, is prep what we're going to use for the hot and spicy also. So let me pick the stems out of these Scotch bonnets, which again, thank you, Doug, one of our subscribers. He always brings me these Scotch bonnet peppers. And then he admonishes me when I eat them. I send him a picture and he
wow.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah,
strong.
it's like someone sprayed pepper spray.
Woo! You're not getting this?
Yes, I am. I'm just trying to be strong for the subscribers. I don't want
It's
them.
going to make you cry.
No, I'll be all right, I think. I'll go off camera if I have to cry. I don't want them to see me cry.
This is so strong.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what I'm going to do is...
What?
I'm just going to take a little bit of that mix. Well, see, I don't want to use your shake maker because I don't want to put hot in there.
No.
Because then your shakes will be hot for like the next 10 shakes you make. So
And that will make
yeah, so I'm going to put a little bit of that mix in the blender.
Yeah.
Oh, you found the thing for the blender.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you. So I'm going to put just a little bit of this in the blender. Oh, real
Orange.
jelly.
It's orange.
Bring the camera over here.
Mm-hmm. I want you guys to see it.
It actually looks like jelly. Hey, it worked.
Can you guys see how beautiful it is?
That's good. All right, so okay. So now I'm going to put a little bit here in the blender.
Sharon said, wonderful, you're making it spicy.
Yeah, I'm going to make at least 2 jars of spicy.
Yeah.
So here I have some of this. I'm going to add these peppers, and that's a lot of peppers. Like one of these in a bowl of mango salsa.
That's going to be crazy.
It makes that kind of salsa where like you're dipping in it and eating it, and your cheeks are sweating, forehead sweating, and you're like, why am I still eating this? But you keep eating it. It's that kind of mix.
Oh my God.
So aim it over here, darling. No, you don't have to bring it. You could have just spun it.
Yeah, but no.
Where's the plug for this guy? Okay.
Look.
So here we go. And get ready. We might have to put the fan on because... So there we are. I just wanted to...
Ooh, I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm feeling it in my... Oh, my God.
No.
Don't smell that.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
All right. I just wanted to... I'm going to put it in a different pot.
Oh.
Holy crap.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa. I'm feeling it in my eyes. Woo.
Now, what I wanted to do was go out to our garden. We have some nice red jalapenos, and that would have added little flecks of red in the pepper jam, in the pepper jam, you know. The oh my God. But the what we just used, the peppers, the Scotch bonnets are the same color as the mangoes.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is so much fun. Let me see what they say.
Maybe we'll also boil this in a little too.
Ooh, I can smell it. Hold on 1 second. Fruity trees. I said mango farm.
Fruitful trees.
Fruitful trees.
That's Paul.
Oh, hi, Paul.
Yeah.
I don't have my glasses.
Yeah. What's up, Paul? How you doing, buddy?
How are you, Paul? We love you.
Yeah, LA Rod, adding pectin will make it a jelly instead of a jam. So I got pectin. It's waiting for me at the UPS store. It's just they're closed on Sunday, so I couldn't get it. It got here yesterday and I couldn't get down there to get it. And then I also want to make fruit leather one of these days. And then G says, after the jam is in, put the lids on and tighten them up. So when they cool off, it seals even better. So I think what you're saying, G, and I think Paul from Fruitful Trees, you're saying the same thing. And then as it cools, there will be contraction, which will create like a vacuum, like a suck on the, right?
Sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Keep them entertained. Tell me who's talking to us there.
Let me see. So, Giedris N.A. after, okay, so you got, okay, so let's say he say yes. Yeah, I guess I need to get my glasses, dude. I can't see.
Your glasses.
How is it?
It's really good. It's coming out really nice. I think I put like a half a cup too much water. So I'm just boiling a little more water off.
Okay.
So Paul, if you're still out there, buddy, let me know. Hey, Doug's here. Doug, I'll be right back.
Hey, Doug.
Paul, when you said vacuum seal the jar, did I get that right? Like pour everything in hot, close it up right out of the pots, and then will that create the vacuum seal, Paul? Although around these parts, this jelly ain't gonna last that long. So where's Doug? Doug, hi Tom. Just got up and saw you guys cooking. This is really nice. Mm. Yes, I'm using your Scotch bonnets. I'm actually breathing them in right now. Oh my
God, yes.
And I did give you credit for the Scotch bonnets. And I did say that you always warn me, that you admonish me, that you give me peppers, and then when I use them, you them. Oh, you caught me. You heard me say that. Yeah, and we love you too, Doug, and your wife, who is amazing.
Oh, she's awesome.
And now your nieces and your little grandbaby.
Their whole family.
Yeah, but I met the grandbaby on FaceTime yesterday too. Remember when the girl, I guess it would have been your daughter, Doug, or I don't remember exactly who, but if it was daughter or stepdaughter was pregnant, she's since had the baby, and I was booping her little nose through FaceTime. Yeah. So
let me check on this.
LA Rod, I've never had mango sushi rolls.
It's boiling, so
yeah, I just wanted to boil some of this water off because to me it's still a little thin to be jam, to be jelly. You know what I'm saying?
So put it like medium heat.
Yeah, because I was supposed to use. No, we're good. I was supposed to use 1.5 cups of water.
Okay.
But I used 2. Kind of. Now I just need to. I need to just boil just a little more water off. So there we go. Yeah. So now that's.
I think it's happening.
Yeah,
it's thickening.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be thickening, and it's thickening.
Yeah, it's thickening now.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. Okay. So yeah, Doug, I just put like 6 Scotch bonnets into what'll equate to probably 2 of these. It's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be brutal.
We should do like a little short of tasting it.
Yeah, Paul, I think coffee that I'm drinking right here is poison. Yeah, you and I probably differ on a lot of things I put in my body.
I'm with you, Paul.
What are you talking about? I used to make you coffee. I almost said I used to make you poison. I used to make you. All right, well, Paul, if you were here, I'd have you drinking this as just mangoes
so good, Paul.
and passion fruit. Now, although you probably have problems with the glass or something, there's probably like special glass that you require too. Some kind of like, Himalayan from like a mine somewhere in Asia or something, pure glass with crystal structures or something. So what do we got here?
What's that?
Yeah, contraction while it cools off. Gee,
okay.
Yeah, we're going to use a little science here. So
what else? What else do we need to do?
No, I'm just going to. You keep them entertained. I am going to lay out the jars. Where's that little? Or you want to bring the camera over?
Yeah. But listen, we should put it here because it's hot, no?
Okay.
Don't you think?
Yeah. I'm gonna use the bottom.
Yeah, we should do that. I'll bring the camera. So, are you doing it now?
Yeah, I'll do it. But I don't know where. What are you talking about? I'm confused.
What I'm saying is, you should put. You know how you have to put the container in there. Maybe you can put it here, and I'll help you take all this out of here.
Where's my little fork that you were working with?
1 second.
Put them back in here?
No, hold on. Oh, right here.
Okay.
Right here.
All right. See who's talking.
There you go. What do you think? You think it's a good idea? You put it there and then.
Yeah. So look, I'm going to bring that over here, darling.
Okay.
I'm going to just dry that off. That's been boiled. And then I guess just add, I was almost going to grab it. No, I don't want to do that.
No, don't grab it.
Okay, then I'm just going to add the, oh, look at that. Wow. It like sort of candied. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, it seems a little runny. It seems a little runny, Noe. I think I might have put too much water.
But we gotta maybe, when it gets cold, you know?
Oh, I don't care. We're experimenting. You know what I mean? And I think in any case, it's going to taste good. So G and Paul, you can tell me. Here we go. I'm going to just tighten that down. Ooh, that's hot now. Oh, man.
Ooh.
Tighten that down. I need a. We never have a hot one of them pad things, do we?
Yeah. Let me give it to you.
No, it's all right. Okay.
You got
We're not real domestic here.
Right here.
I mean, half our calories we eat off the ground in our farm. So anyway, now what I want to know, G, Paul, anyone who has experience with this, do I just let that cool, or do I should I submerge that like in cold water now? Let's see if anyone has anything to say. Coffee is poison. Paul, I feel such a close like friendship with you, and yet I think there's so many things I do that you don't agree with, and I'm just glad you accept me in your life the way you do. Other people that like have your strong beliefs tend to, I think, limit their friendship circle.
He's not like that.
And you're not like that at all.
He's
and
very
that's why I
open-minded.
like you so much. And I've said to you before, I want to do an actual like podcast style thing where we can talk about this stuff. And thank you for the compliment on the hat. This is my first time wearing the red.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay, so G says, yeah, contraction while cooling off. Doug says that's way too much pepper. That's what you tell me every time, Doug. But if you're enjoying it, go for it. And you'll bring more on your next visit. Liam ordered some mangoes. I might you have ordered twice, because I could swear I saw an order from you again yesterday, but I'm not positive. And thank you for the mangoes. Okay, so Liam, yeah, Noe's thinking like when it cools down, maybe it will be more viscous. The viscosity will go up.
That's what I think.
Joe Stanley, these folks so chill. Thank you, Joe. Okay, Toluco says let it cool on its own. G says let him rest on the counter. Grader says, did I add pectin? No, I did not add pectin. I have a pound of pectin waiting for me, which I'm going to use a different recipe and try to do this all over again. But I thought today would be a good dry run. Consider to be like a more simpler beginner's recipe for this. Paul, I started cutting my mangoes too and putting them in the freezer, but I see you just put them in whole, which is cool. But then again, that takes up a lot of freezer space, I imagine. Okay, so here we go. So what is this? This is a half.
Okay. Paul, I added sugar too. Sorry, Paul, we added sugar.
Hold on.
I bet Paul have made this without sugar.
No, Paul doesn't cook his food.
Oh, okay.
Paul eats every morsel of food raw.
Really, Paul?
He only eats fruits and vegetables,
Oh
and
my
I
God.
think nuts.
It's amazing, Paul.
Raw. Yeah.
You eat everything raw, Paul?
I'll show you his other YouTube channel.
Oh
It's
my
incredible.
God, Paul, I didn't know that.
Yeah, his other YouTube channel on this topic.
You are so cool, Paul.
And we've had some of his viewers from that channel here visit us on the farm, Noe.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Because a lot of the people, for them, it's more of a lifestyle even than just a diet. You know what I mean? Than just a way of eating. And so they watch Paul, and then Paul will recommend my channel, and then from him they'll watch my videos, and then they'll come here to spend some time on the farm with us.
We love it. We love it when
Yeah.
people come and visit us.
Oh, big time.
How are you doing?
I think I'm doing all right here. I feel very old timey, you know.
Your grandma would have loved this.
I remember my grandma doing this. lettuce with tomatoes.
Are you serious?
Yeah, huh? Put yourself on camera, darling.
Huh?
Put yourself on camera.
Okay, but
Okay, there's 3.
It's kind of like hard.
Okay, then don't. Actually,
I want them to
here,
see
talk
it.
to them for a second.
Okay, look at this. This is amazing. Wow. It's like super hot to the touch still. Like the containers.
Oh, the containers are
Jesus.
super hot.
I can't wait to try this.
Here, put the camera there.
Okay.
And here's what we're going to do. Bring it.
Okay.
Paul is also a biblical scholar. So if I get this wrong, Paul, you can correct me. But I think they say if you can't bring Muhammad to the mountain, bring the mountain to Muhammad. So I'm going to bring, if you can't bring Muhammad to the mango, bring the mango to Muhammad.
You good? Okay. Let me give you some.
So you can start bringing, no, bring jars. Here. Yeah, you can still hear that thunder out there. South Florida peeps, Doug, Paul, great or good. You guys still getting rain?
Careful.
Okay, let it down. Get me the caps also. This is fun.
This is so much fun.
Yeah, and at least it's a nice way to use up all these mangoes that we have left over. All right. So put the cap on this guy. Let's see. This made a lot more. Okay, now another question. For those of you that know, I've sterilized the jars and boiled down the compound here, the mixture. Do I need to refrigerate this, or can I leave this now just in the cupboard as is? And of course, I can always experiment. You know, I'm sure it'll be fine in the fridge, but I could probably leave 2 or 3 in the counter too, and just see how long it stays good for. Toluco, you might know. Yeah, Grader, I told you I didn't add pectin. Okay. So here we go. But yeah, let me know, guys, people who have experience with, I guess, canning, right? At the end of the day, this is canning. Using this process, can I leave these in the cabinets, or do they need to be refrigerated? There we go. Thank you. And so far, we've not got a call from our boy.
No.
So they must still be doing football practice.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the last of the sweet, and there's just a little bit left. I'm going to pour it in here with the hot. And I'm almost certain, I mean, yeah, this smells like peppers. It doesn't even smell like mango. So, Doug, I think this time around I'm going to agree with you. I went a tad too far with the peppers on this one. Okay, so they're all in there. Now let me stir this up a little. And you know, it's funny too, because I skimmed this. This feels more like a jelly. I think I used a little too much water in this batch. No, I think I used too much water this time around.
Really?
Yeah. But it's all right. We're learning.
We're just learning.
I don't mind. Like I was starting to say, I always encourage people on the channel to go out and do things they've never done before. particularly when it comes to growing, right?
I'll give you a tap.
Well, I really need to keep these separate or this could cause huge problems because these peppers ain't only hot going in, they're hot going out. So it's the kind of thing that the person gets mad at you twice if they eat. But anyways, I try to encourage people, like if you've never done something before, don't worry about it. Learn and just go out and do it, you know. Do it wrong and learn from it. Now, I wouldn't use that advice if you want to fly a helicopter or something like that. But in terms of like planting a tree or starting a garden, who cares if you screw it up the first time or two? You know, grafting. People, oh, what if, oh, I don't know, I don't want to mess up the graft. If you mess up the graft, you just cut below it and start all over again. You know what I mean? These aren't things that have to be done right the first time. And I think something the social media and this like internet mentality has done to people is it's created like a this mentality where like you got to get everything perfect, you know, because it's like always experts telling us what we have to do, how we should do things. And a lot of times a hobbyist, I only need the one more, doesn't need to do what an expert does. Like I used to do Ironman triathlons, right? Remember?
Yeah.
Of course you remember because it took up like 30 hours a week of my time.
Forever.
Yeah. And a lot of the books and the documentation and stuff written on that, and I was into that more so really before the internet got, you know, really took off. But then as the internet started to take off, like everything became about like racing and getting first place and, you know, what this guy who won the championships did and what these Olympians do and yada, yada. And that's good for them. But what about the 90% of people that's hobbyists? You know, so, you know, they talk about these diets and stuff where these guys eat 7,000 calories a day. Well, that's because these guys don't have any body fat. They need 7,000 calories a day or else there's nothing in their bloodstream for them to be able to run 20 miles, right? But if you're 40 pounds overweight, you don't need to be eating no 7,000 calories a day. Part of it is to burn off that fat, you know? And home repairs of things, you know, this is our dishwasher right here. It stopped working. It was flooding. Well, that means something's clogged, you know? So me and my son, we pulled it out. We went on YouTube. We saw like what the inner workings of this thing are. And we just started tracing the, you know, pipes and the hoses until we found the blockage. And there was like a little piece of china, a little piece of a plate stuck in there. We fixed it, put it back together. Probably saved $250, $300 on a service call, right? Did I do it as perfectly as a service guy would do it? No. Would he have done it in probably a half hour and it took me 4 hours? Yeah, but I had the time to kill, you know? I didn't do it perfect. And so we won't know if we did this perfect until we try it.
Smells good though.
It does smell good. In fact, I shouldn't have put it all in the jars. I should have left some out so we could taste it. No, I'm drying these ones off.
Do you have the labels? How do you?
I think you write right on the top.
Really? Do you research that?
I don't know. I
mean, you don't. Okay.
I just said I don't care if you do things perfect. I'm going to write on the top of these lids. If it was the wrong thing to do, I don't care. So look, at these three are the mango pepper. So, well, you have better writing than me. Can you write mango pepper? Mango pepper.
Okay.
Oh, we probably should put what? Yeah, it's working.
Okay.
I assume that's why they gave us the pens, right? Mm-hmm. Mango pepper.
Just like that.
Yeah, PPER.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, no, it's mango. No.
Sorry.
Mango pepper. And then July 2nd, 2023.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't have my glasses. 2023.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to put hot.
Okay.
HOT 7/23, and then you can put 7/23 on the rest of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay, now I got another. Wait, let me catch up. Some of these chats.
Okay, hon.
Well, there's a couple back there too.
Okay.
To be marked. Let's see here.
Wow, this is hot.
The cups are still hot, right? Yeah. Okay, Noe.
Yeah.
Toluco, who I never know of, but seems to have established credibility with me, says, oh, that's my time. Says to turn them upside down while salsa with each other. Well, who go? You?
Yeah.
All right,
I
say
gotta
goodbye.
go.
Are you taking them to the
Bye.
movies now?
No, I'm bringing them here, and then I'll go to the.
You know, depending on, I don't know what I'm trying to do. You know, this year we're leasing 6 acres, which 5 of which is mango and 1 of which is avocado. But those avocados in the video, most of them are Donnies, and the Donnies aren't good this year. And I'm not going to send them to my customers. See, my thing with my customers, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but my fruit is like way cheaper than most other online fruit selling places. And yeah, that means it comes, you know, I don't have like fancy boxes with logos and labels and tissue paper and, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. But that's how I keep my prices low. You know what I mean? And, but my main reason is not so much to make money off selling the fruit retail. It's I want my YouTube subscribers to actually be able to share in the experience. So YouTube, we're using 2 of our 6 senses, or no, 2 of our 5 senses. Well, maybe some of us have 6 senses. I only have 5. We use, you know, sight and sound, right? We're using our eyes and our ears. But when I can send you guys fruit, that adds in taste. It adds in smell, it adds in touch, and it adds in sight. I mean, some of this fruit is beautiful, especially the mangoes, the lychees. When we have the lychees, they're delicious and they're so beautiful. You know, they're just not really that good, and that's the buzz around town too. Is like they're watery, they're small, they're not real good. So I'm holding off to do the Simmons. So anyways, yeah, so instinct, that just 6 acres I have, we just sent the Donnies to the packing house. You know, I mean, I won't sell those as retail. See, you know, if that guy's, let's see here. Okay, Gidrius, no fridge needed. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 in the fridge because I actually like my jelly to be cold when I eat it. And then I'll store the rest up in the shelves here, up in the counters. Okay, Toluco, turn the jars upside down. I told my wife to do that. Rim, you got 2 branches from 1 avocado seed. Is it normal? I don't know that it's like normal or abnormal, but it is very common. And what we do, Rim, in that case, when you get 2 sprouts from a seed, is you just cut one of the sprouts. Cut the weaker of the 2. Keep the more, the bigger one, and get rid of the runt, because you don't want 2 sprouts competing with each other for space and nutrition and water. I'd rather all that energy go to 1 sprout so it'll grow up bigger, thicker, stronger. You know what I mean? Okay, so you just put it in only after opening it. Okay. And then Toluco, okay, so you are a wealth of knowledge here, Toluco. When you do mango jam, you put, oh yeah, you put some anise in $+ budgets. These weren't candy stores. These are some of America's shrewdest businessmen running these hospitals. And a chief financial officer, all he wants to know is the product good enough? And then they take all the ones that are good enough and they start looking at the price and they determine the return on investment. And if an $800,000 piece of equipment is good enough and a $1.1 million piece of equipment is better, and everyone in the room admits it's better, but it's $300,000 more, and there's no added value for that $300,000. Like, for example, if you had to drive 5 miles to and from work every day, and you could do it in a 1999 Honda Accord, or you could do it in a 2023 Tesla, everyone's going to agree that the Tesla is the better vehicle. But for your needs to get back and forth 5 miles each way to work, the Honda Accord's good enough. And the Honda Accord might cost you $2,000, and it might last you 5 years. And that extra 80 you save from the Tesla, you might invest in something else. And in the case of a hospital, so back to my example of who we sold to, these chief financial officers were looking for the next best use of every dollar. And I would always try to say to the engineers, yeah, the reason GE kicks our ass half the time is because they understand what good enough means. They understand that once they hit the bar and once they hit that required return on investment, that it now becomes a battle on price. And that's why not everyone drives. I worked for a German company. That's why not everyone drives a Mercedes. That's why not everyone drives a BMW. Most people will admit to you, yeah, they're a better car, they're a safer car, they're a faster car, they might last even longer. But they're over-engineered and overpriced for the usage case the person's buying them for, you know. And I think that applies to life in a lot of ways. Like, we could spend a lot of time trying to get things perfect. I remember I had friends, they bought a new house. They spent like 3 weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, going to Home Depot and Lowe's looking for just the right numbers they wanted to put for their address. You know, like, they burned up 4 whole days walking around looking for, you know, this unimportant thing, right? Like, nobody cares, you know? And I just think to myself, all the other things they could have gotten done. Now, whatever, it's their life. They enjoy doing it, etc. I'm just using this for the sake of example, you know, but my point is, I could have spent, you know, a week prepping to do this, reading about it, right? And got 8 out of 10 jelly. I probably just made 6 out of 10 jelly. Now, next time I make it, it'll be 7 out of 10. Then it'll be 8 out of 10. Then maybe someday I'll get to 9 out of 10. I ain't never going to get to 10 out of 10 because I just don't care enough about jelly to put that much effort into it, you know? And so, Doug, your comment just really, you know, made me think of that I can do one thing perfect. I can do 2 things really good. I can do 3 things pretty good. I could do 4 things good. Getting into trying to do 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things, then I start doing them all crappy. You know, it's about finding that right balance and prioritizing what it is we're doing in life, you know. And that's another thing I try when, you know, people ask me about growing. It's one of the reasons I don't sell trees anymore, because I would give an instruction sheet with my trees to people, which was put it in potting soil, maybe add a little fertilizer at day 60, water it when the soil is dry, and keep it in partial sunlight. That's it. That's all they had to do. They were embarking on a 30-year project, right? And I'd get emails, oh, it's been 2 weeks, my tree hasn't grown yet. I say, well, first of all, trees don't grow that fast. Secondly, it's probably growing beneath the soil, you know. And then a week later, they'd show me a picture of their tree. It's dying, and it's in a whole different pot now. And it's no longer in soil, it's in coffee grounds, you know. And what they've been doing is going on the internet and looking for the best way to do, you know, everything in their life. And they fuss over this little tree that if you just planted it and left it alone, you'd get a tree. And then that time you weren't fussing on the tree, maybe you could grow a tomato plant. Maybe you could plant some lettuce. Maybe you could do something else in the garden, you know. It's about good enough is good enough. Becky, you lost the chat and video. Maybe my my internet sucks here, so maybe I lost everybody. I don't know. Maybe you're back. Disc golf. Oh, everyone's losing the video. Okay, Rim sees it. 8:31 Avo. Buen provecho. Buen provecho. Yeah, we'll try it in a minute, but thank you. Oh, okay, greater good. The video came back. Oh, there's Gene. Gene, what's up, buddy? How you doing? What city are you in, man? I can't believe you're on here. That is hilarious. You're not back in town, are you? Or are you still? Let me know where you're at, man. It's really good to see you. Flaming mango syrup. Pour it in your morning coffee. Yeah, I guess you'd have to add like you know, moonshine or something to make it flame, right? All right, so let's check on this jam here. So here we have it. We made the jam. We still got a lot of leftover mangoes. We got the hot here. We have the regular here. We've got a couple here, Sharon, which I just put right on the counter. I probably, you know, if I had gotten your advice sooner, I would have made sure I kept these on the cutting board also. I'm actually pretty happy with the results here because I ended up, these are a cup each. And so I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cups of mango jelly. And from what did I use? I used 4.5 mangoes. Now, granted, you know, our mangoes are huge. You're not going to find mangoes this size in your grocery store. So, you know, what I made here would probably be more like 10, 11, 12 of the mangoes y'all are used to using. Who wants to take a risk? Who wants to live dangerously right now? This probably is not going to go well. Doug, thank you. I'm glad I'm back. My internet sucks out here, man, especially when it rains. Someday we're going to fix that. All right, let me move all of, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a little taste of that hot mango real quick. Just to see. Well, first, let me taste this spoon. Wow. Holy cow, did that come out good. Now let me, here's the hot one. So I just need to be a little careful about this because I definitely overdid it with the peppers. Oh my God. That's deadly. All right. I made 3 hot. I probably should have made 9. That is deadly hot. Wow. But you know what? The sweetness of the mango takes a little bit of the edge off. It's actually dissipating quickly. Usually when you bite into a pepper, it stays with you a long time. Now, Gene, if you're still there, I watched you eat hottest potato chips in the world. So you handled that. You'd be able to handle this jelly like a champ. I'm just going to set this aside so my son could taste it later when he gets home. Maybe challenge his buddies to a mango eating contest. Oh, Gene, the boys are out. I don't know if Jamari's with them or not, but the boys are up at Modelo running routes and stuff now. He's probably with them. Okay, so let me set these aside. Like Sharon said, I'm going to put out a little towel here. Put out a little towel. I'll put the jelly jars on the towel. And I'm going to use the cutting board to cut something open that I've had for way too long. I probably should do this outside. This is called Gigantea sapodilla. And I've been waiting for this guy to soften for enough time that I'm actually afraid to open it. So I'm 90%. Now, who's ever seen a sapodilla this big? This is insane. When I saw it, I had to buy it and try it. But like I say, it took an awful long time to soften, and I'm afraid when I cut into this thing, it's just going to be rotten inside. But let me do this slowly. Okay, let me just kind of... Wow. That's not bad at all. Smells like a sapodilla. So this came from Rubio's fruit stand. I think it ripened. Let me get a spoon. Look at this. That's sapodilla, and I'm smelling sapodilla. I am so glad I didn't throw this away. Hold on a second here. Let me taste this guy. This is more like a mame, the size of this thing. God, I'm shocked. I have had this thing for a couple of months. You've probably seen it in pictures. You've probably seen it in the background of videos. Whatever seed was in there is long gone. I can't believe this tastes so good. This is delicious. So this is another tropical fruit called sapodilla. They're usually about the size. The ones I grow are about the size of a golf ball, and they're egg-shaped. I grow another variety that kind of has like little ridges like this, but is not nearly as big as this Gigantea variety. They grow to about like that size, and they're really good. But if Paul, if you're still here, I'd like to know if you've ever tried one of these Giganteas before. This is good. Wow, I'm just going to kind of cut out this middle area here. Yeah, this eats more like a mame. Dang. Let me try the middle. That's a delicious sapodilla. I'm in shock. I thought for sure this was going to be like gone to seed, as they say. Yeah, it did take a long time to ripen, but God dang, is it good. So let me cut this little seed pod out. Okay. So that's what it looks like with the seed pod out. And this would remind you of a mame. You could just kind of go at it with a spoon. I'm going to make jam out of sapodilla next year too, because all my sapodilla trees, I got probably 8 of them now. They're all taller than me except one, and they've all flowered and fruited this season. I'm going to save this for my wife. Oh, that's really good. So there we have it. There's the mango jam. Mango jelly. Mango jelly. It's not going to be mango jam till I use fruit pectin, right? So let's sit. We can have a little chit chat, and when y'all are bored of me, we'll hang up. Put this thing on. Turn that off. So here we are in the living room. I'm home alone. Normally I'd be working right now, but I can't work, so I'll just sit and chit chat with you. So greater good, you talked about flaming mango syrup, which the funny thing about these sapodillas is they kind of remind me of maple syrup. They've got that little bit of a maple syrup kick to them. Toluco, have I ever heard of making pickled green mangoes? Yes, I actually have. And I know that's very popular here. And in fact, a lot of people pick their mango crop early here in South Florida and get it off to market green. And there's a lot of advantages to that. Number one, there's a very big market for it. Number two, it gets your fruit off the tree a lot earlier. And so you don't have to worry about, the cost of taking care of the mangoes. If you can get them off the tree in March or April, that's a heck of a lot better than having them on your tree, June, July, August, right? And then the other reason I know green mangoes are popular is because that's when there's a lot of mango theft here in South Florida. People go grabbing them off the tree green. And, they like to eat them green. And that, of course, denies the homeowner the ability to actually let their mangoes ripen. I'm just cleaning my camera here. Ripen and mature on the tree, which I think is a horrible thing to do. But culturally, a lot of people are kind of okay with it, which is weird. When you talk about how horrible a thing it is to go in someone's yard and steal their mangoes, there's a lot of people like, hey, man, what's he going to do with all them mangoes? Well, which I think is a bunch of bullshit. I think if someone grows a mango tree, they can do whatever they want with the mangoes. And you know why? Because it's their mangoes. They can throw every single one in the garbage if they want, because it's theirs. And it ain't someone else's choice who's driving by with a picker and a bin in his van to decide to steal them, Oh, Frosty, the mango jam is good. And you know what? It seems like something you'd like to do. You know what I mean? I'm getting a feel for you now. I've been watching your videos, and you and I have been chatting back and forth with each other. I'm starting to learn your personality. And of course, you come from the land of maple syrup, right? I mean, you're no stranger to boiling, to types of food that are boiled down and preserved and that sort of thing. Yeah, and I think it's going to taste good. That little bit I licked off the spoon was absolutely delicious. And I can tell, Frosty, you're like a very meticulous and process-oriented person, and I think you would like to grow some of this, to make some of this. First thing you got to do is grow some of them mangoes, though, from the mango trees you've been getting. Tell us what varieties you have. Now, I'll tell you what, greater good. Ciabatta cava jelly would be delicious. I have once only probably got a crop of ciabatta cava big enough that I'd be able to make jelly from it. You know what I mean? I had where the tree was just covered, like from the ground, from the roots right on up out across the branches. That there would have been enough left over. Normally, my tree will fruit like one big fruiting every year, and then I get like 2 other little where a few will pop out. But they've always been more of a snack to us. I've never had like a really good, high-producing ciabatta cava year. Oh, Frosty, you like the Palmer mango. So I'll show you. I have 2 Palmers right here that I picked as testers, but I think I'm sure it's too early. They're typically picked end of July, early August. But as you've all been hearing me say, this year, the mango crop has kind of been accelerated. So I picked this guy just as a tester, and I'm letting it soften on my counter, but I can tell you already it's not gonna it's not going to soften. It's still too early in the season for the Palmers yet, but I'll go back out in 2 to 3 weeks and test them again. Normally, I wouldn't test that guy till like the last week of July. But like I say, since the way things are going now, I have to check on the fruit a lot more often. So, you know what? While I'm here, I did work up a little bit of an appetite. So I got a Valencia Pride right here. So let me eat this guy. Oh, the Valencias are so good, man. Whoever ordered fruit this week, you're in for a treat. I'm sending Valencias. I'm sending Kents. Oh, and here's a Kent, speaking of which. So let me cut this guy open. Now, this guy is a tester Kent I picked about a week ago. So it's not like super sweet. Oh, that's so good, though. But it still is a little sour because I picked it early. But it did soften. It is yellow inside. So I know these guys will be ready to pick this go around. I picked him about 10 days ago. And just the fact that he sat on my counter for 10 days, he's only edible now, tells me I got him a little early. But that he did soften and he's starting to be sweet. Tells me the Kents are ready to go. Plus, I've had some riper Kents off my Kent trees. So these guys are ready to go. And then I got the Naomi's, which I'm quite certain is a variety a lot of you are unfamiliar with because it's kind of an obscure, not a very popular variety. But it's a beautiful piece of fruit. It's just gorgeous on the tree, the Naomi. This is a small specimen, but it's just a gorgeous piece of fruit. And actually, maybe I can show you one if we look out my son's bedroom window. But the thing about the Naomi is they're sweet. I get like a little bit of a cherry flavor from them. But another nice thing about the Naomi is they are a very good eating mango. There's a lot of flesh. The seed's really small. You can't see it, rained on the windows, but there's a Naomi tree bumping right up against that window. But anyway, when you cut open a Naomi, there's so much flesh relative to a much tinier seed. Actually, I'll cut this guy open and show you. So we cut open that Gigantea sapodilla. So where'd that Naomi go? Here he is. And this guy started to crack a little on the tree. So I picked it. That's the ones we eat, you know. So look at here. I got the cut one side, cut the other side. And you could see here, if you look at, like, that's already very narrow for a mango. That's a very narrow seed. Look at the juice coming off this guy. I'll cut open this. I don't even know what the heck this guy is, but let me cut this guy open and I'll show you I'm hitting the seed there. This might be from my seedling tree. So relatively speaking, this is a smaller mango, and you can see how much thinner on this bigger mango that the seed is. I mean, it's very narrow. This one's very fat. And also, it's really easy to get the meat off around it. So let me see here. I'll just cut this guy open. I'll bend the camera down so you could see. There's actually a lot of meat like around the seed. So I can even cut spears from around the seed like that. Well, that one, not so much. So look at that. I mean, and then I could still eat a bunch. Oh, my laptop's going to be so sticky later. Don't make any jokes about that. I could still eat this. And get a ton of flesh off the seed. Look at that. So look at how thin. You saw how big that piece of fruit started and how little relative seed there is. Where here is a seed from one of these varieties. And it's a lot more chunky. It's a lot more beefy. It represents a lot more weight. of the mango. And so that's why I say the Naomi is a really good eaten mango. It's just easy to eat, but it is also so flavorful. It's so juicy, and it's got, like I say, there's like a cherry flavor. It's like you're eating like a non-tropical fruit. So good. So good. I didn't even want to use this in the jelly because I wanted to save the Naomi so we could just eat it plain. Now, normally I would sit there and eat it, but I've been eating so much mango today, I don't have another inch of space in my stomach. All right, get rid of that sapodilla. Let me take another little spoonful of this hot jelly. Oh man, that's hot. Oh my God, is that hot? Woo. All right, we'll sit down a little bit. If you guys are bored with me, just let me know. I could end this thing. I don't know how long we've been going here. I got to get better at doing these streams. But if anyone has any questions, I can just sit and relax a little bit now. Pay attention to what I'm doing. So, okay. Frosty, you have the Palmer mango. Yeah, I remember when yours arrived. I remember when you told me when yours arrived. Doug complimenting on today. Thank you. And yes, green mangoes are great with salt and a little black pepper. Doug, I got a funny story for you too. Not long after you left, I got a phone call from a customer who ordered mangoes and didn't get a confirmation email, and as we're talking, he's like, "Oh, I'm from Jamaica and I missed the mangoes." The guy lives up in North Carolina or something. He's like, "I missed these mangoes, but I didn't get a confirmation email from you." And I looked into it. It looked like he accidentally keyed his email wrong, right? And we got to talk, and I said, "Oh, my buddy from Jamaica was just here today, and we compared mangoes or exchanged mangoes, yada yada." And he goes, "Well, the two mangoes that Jamaicans are always going to ask you for are, no surprise here, the East Indian." And he said the other is the Julie. So I gave him a picture. The rest of you don't know this, but Doug gave me two Julie mangoes yesterday. So I thought it was really funny that two people from the same homeland, you gave me a Julie, and then a few hours later, a guy said, "Oh, people from Jamaica love Julies." And I was able to tell him, "Well, my buddy's from Jamaica," and he dropped off two Julies, both of which my wife ate, by the way. Frosty, you need to get a camera. Your tablet isn't that good for recording. Okay, Frosty, I'm going to tell you something because I've been watching your videos, okay? Number one, this camera's crap. You see my videos, I use a much better camera, right? This is just the camera on my laptop, and it's crap. I could do a little better. If I maybe got some Windex and clean the lens off here, I'd be a little better. Look, I'm shining. Look, I got these lights. They're horrible. That's horrible lighting. But what I keep trying to do, you'll notice, is elevate the laptop so that I'm not like shooting up my nose, right? So one thing you need to do is get your camera up a little higher. You don't want it up like this where it's catching all that light and washing out. Look at yourself straight on, and you'll be good. I think and clean your lens off before your next video. And then you had mentioned you want to do like more editing and stuff like that, Frosty. I say let you be you. I think your personality comes through in your videos. Just be who you are, man. Talk the way you talk, do what you do, and just let that roll. Don't worry about editing. Okay. Video for Geeks. Is the hype real with coconut cream mangoes? Yes. Yes. They're delicious. If Paul's still here, he'll tell you. If Doug is still here, he'll tell you the coconut cream mango is simply amazing. Let's see. This might sound crazy, but you've never tasted a mango. What is the best way to sample what you would like and get a tree? Well, okay. You're asking what's the best way. The best way, really, I think, is to come to South Florida this time of year. Last week of June, first week of July, maybe second last week of June, and hit the big name places. Truly Tropical, Tropical Acres. There's other, Robert is here in Homestead, Florida. So you can get variety. Now, you're not going to get economy. It's not like going to Walmart to buy your stuff. These places, it's like visiting a winery in Sonoma. You know what I mean? Like you're you're going to the place, the boutique, and you're going to pay the boutique price, but you're going to get to taste a lot, you know. And you could come here. We have mango festivals, Fairchild Tropical Gardens, I think on July 8th. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. They're having a mango festival. They've got the biggest mango collection in the world, you know. And just get down here and start trying stuff. That's the best way. Now, that's not even something you could do in a day or even in a weekend or even in one summer. I and everyone I know that's into mangoes learns a new few varieties every season. Every season is something, and it's not that it's a new variety, it's just new to you. It's just one you haven't gotten to yet. And the coconut cream. So let me tell you about that for a minute. I tend to be a simple guy with simple tastes. And when I eat a mango, I want to taste mango, right? If I wanted to taste key lime, I'd eat key lime pie. If I wanted to taste apricot, I would go out and buy some apricots. However, there are mangoes that taste like key lime pie. There's mangoes that taste like apricot. There's mangoes that taste like pina colada. And I mean, they literally do. There's mangoes that taste like coconut. In fact, I had one today that had a very heavy coconut flavor. And they're delicious. So yeah, the hype is real. They're just amazing. I mean, look at my channel. I was at a mango festival. I think the title of the video is something like what happens when you get 1,000 mango lovers in the same place at the same time. And you'll just see people going nuts for all the different types of specialty mangoes that's out there. Paul from Fruitful Trees, he does so much. I mean, he goes to so many mango farms and samples so many different varieties and different kinds of fruit. So yeah, the hype is real, man. And I bought a coconut cream. So for me to actually go out and get like a specialty thing, that's a big deal because like I say, I like a mango, I like a Hayden, I like a Kent, I like a Valencia Pride. I want my mango to taste like a mango. And the ones I grow, I want a kit, you know, I want a Glen. I want that classic mango flavor. But the coconut cream I tried this year blew my mind. The lemon meringue or PPK blew my mind. And I also tasted one called the Gary. The Gary's been around a while, and it was just amazing. And I have one of each of those trees now that I'll be planting soon. And yeah, Doug, I lost my co-host. Tommy had football practice and they're done. So she's gone to pick the boys up now. Greater good. Peaches grown in Florida are carnivore and insect crack. And then the squirrel show. It's the same for mangoes. It's the same for avocados. And that's why I'm glad Walmart sells pellet guns. Yeah, no, he did love them Julie mangoes. Cookie dough. Love the videos and thanks for teaching others. Thank you, Cookie dough. Thanks for the comment. Greater good. You've been marinating your pork while watching this live stream. So you're making a little barbecue. You got, okay, some Costco lemonade, apple cider vinegar, and then pink Himalayan salt and garlic powder. Yeah, that sounds good. Even though I'm full of mango right now, that sounds real good. And yeah, Doug, so Doug is going to that Fairchild Tropical Gardens thing next Saturday, which Doug, is that the 8th? Let me see. I have a calendar right here in front of me. Yeah, I think it is the 8th. Where are we here? July 8th is the Saturday at Fairchild Tropical Gardens in Miami. Probably have every type of mango you could taste there. That's almost like the Library of Congress for mango. You know, I think, like I say, I think they have the biggest collection in the world there. Greater good, there are peach and apricot flavor undertones in Hayden. Yeah, there absolutely are. And in fact, I ate a Hayden today. It was overripe, or an hour away from overripe. I mean, right on the edge. And my wife was like, there's something funny about this one. And I said, I taste honey in it. And there's a funny thing about Hayden's. I've eaten a lot of Hayden's and I would imagine there is a DNA pure, well-defined Hayden. But I think a lot of the mangoes that's being grown and sold as Hayden's around South Florida have a little bit of drift from what the official Hayden variety is, because I've seen noticeable variety from Hayden to Hayden based on like the person's grove and stuff like that. Hayden, in some ways, I think is a catch-all as long as it's close. But I love the Haydens. I think they're delicious. Yeah, Frosty, you could probably get away with growing peaches where you are. Let me look that up for you, buddy. I won't say where you live, but can I grow peaches in, I won't say. You're on the northern end of the peaches growing range. And yes, you can grow them there. So give it a try. Put some peaches in the ground. You won't have to be playing around with them like you do your bananas and your tropical fruit, you know. Although I know you like to tinker. Yeah, so you looked it up. Yeah. Are they the varieties Contender and Reliance? Let me look that up. Peach varieties. Contender. Oh, okay, yeah, that's a type of peach. And then Reliance. It looks like it's another type of peach. So yeah, you've done your research, which doesn't surprise me at all. Luke, you've been enjoying the Balliet mangoes. Yeah, you came at peak Balliet time. Now it's they're past their prime. I'm going to graft up maybe a dozen for next year. Get them in the ground. Well, for this year, get them in the ground, and probably in 2 years, maybe in 3 years, they'll be fruiting good where I could, start selling the Balliet. But they are really good. And yeah, Doug, no, you'll be back soon. So, this has been going on for 2 hours. That's an awful long time. I think I'm going to just wrap this up, folks. I got, the main objective. I was making that mango jelly either way, right? And I thought, you know what? It's pouring rain. My son's at practice. God knows where my wife is. Let me reach out to my friends here from the channel. I'm glad so many of you showed up. I thank you for the participation. And but yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up now. If anyone has any last questions or anything like that, if anyone has any ideas on what you might want me to stream about in the future, we'll do that. And yeah, greater good. I think that, like I say, yeah, I've the Hayden's been around a long time, and I don't know how much strict adherence there was to like grafting, say back then. I think there's an origin. This is me speculating, but like an origin of like what would you call it? Hybrid, not hybrid, but like gosh, I can't think of the word right now. Similar Haydens, variants, Hayden variants. That the different Haydens have kind of evolved from. But Luke, you're welcome, and I'm glad you spent the afternoon with me, especially you, Luke. I mean, you're a teenager. You had a lot of options of what to do today, right? Us old guys can just kind of sit around and pretend we're upset that it's raining, but deep down inside, we're glad it is because we get to be a little lazy, But yeah, I'm glad you checked in. And greater good, Luke, Frosty, Doug, you're all welcome for the stream. For those of you, Sharon, and what was the other name there? Tulip and G. And then we also had the one, I'm just going to scroll up here because you were really good to me too with the advice. Let's see here. Toluco. Thank you also for the canning advice, and I'll check back in. Maybe we'll do a little YouTube short on how the jelly came out. So thank you. Oh, there you are, Toluco. Yeah, thank you very much. And I'll put more thought into one of these someday and do this the right way. Maybe I'll even have a musical guest. So I'm going to say goodbye now. Thank you, everyone. And I'll be putting out a new vid Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock Eastern, 9 a.m. Eastern. Thanks, y'all. We'll see you now. Bye-bye.